Why do the deepest wounds often come from those closest to us? Psalm 27 verse 10 confronts this painful truth head-on. Though my parents forsake me, the Lord will receive me. This verse acknowledges the reality of human betrayal while introducing divine constancy. The contrast between fragile human relationships and God's unwavering embrace forms the core of our exploration today. The Hebrew word for forsake here carries visceral weight. It implies deliberate desertion. Ancient Near Eastern culture viewed parental abandonment as unthinkable, making David's words in Psalm 27 even more shocking. When those biologically programmed to love us fail, it creates unique spiritual trauma. This isn't merely loneliness, it's the collapse of fundamental trust structures in the human psyche. The verse's pivotal word receive, Hebrew asaph, reveals God's active response. Unlike passive acceptance, asaph means to gather, hold, and cherish, like a parent cradling an orphan. While humans withdraw, God moves toward the broken. This divine movement forms the theological heart of Psalm 27. God fills relational voids not with platitudes, but with his tangible presence. Scripture brims with God meeting abandonment with presence. Hagar in the desert, Genesis 21. Elijah under the broom tree, 1 Kings 19. Even Jesus crying forsaken on the cross, Matthew 27. These aren't abstract concepts, they're historical demonstrations of asaph. When humans reach their relational limits, God's capacity to receive remains limitless. Today's abandonment takes new forms. Divorced parents choosing new families, friends ghosting after crises, churches excluding the wounded. Neuroscience confirms such rejection activates the same brain pathways as physical pain. Psalm 27 speaks prophetically to our epidemic of relational instability, not to minimize our hurt, but to magnify God's alternative. God's reception isn't sentimental, it's operational. The Hebrew verb tense indicates continuous action. The Lord keeps receiving me. This means 1. Immediate comfort in crisis, Psalm 34:18, 2. Long-term identity repair, Hosea 2:23, and 3. Communal reintegration, Psalm 68, verse 6. Unlike human love, God's embrace works at all three levels simultaneously. Consider Joni Eareckson Tada's story. Paralyzed and abandoned by friends after her accident, she discovered God's presence through Psalm 27. My wheelchair became the place where I learned God never leaves, she reflects. This mirrors David's experience, rejected as king, yet writing psalms about God's nearness. The pattern is clear. Our deepest rejections become God's richest reception points. When we internalize God's reception, our identity shifts, no longer defined by who left us, but by who remains. Notice Psalm 27's structure. The abandonment statement, V10, precedes the famous, I will see God's goodness, V13. This isn't denial, it's divine algebra. Human minus human equals God's sufficient presence. Our scars become signposts to his faithfulness. Practicing God's presence requires tangible habits. 1. Lament journals converting pain into prayer. 2. Body awareness exercises to physically sense God's nearness. Psalm 145:18. And 3. Safe community micro steps. These aren't quick fixes, they're rehabilitation exercises for souls damaged by abandonment, rebuilding trust muscles atrophied by human failure. Psalm 27:10's power lies in its permanence. People leave, it's life's sad certainty. But the Lord receives, this is eternity's greater certainty. That empty chair from scene 1, God inhabits it. Those torn photos, he restores them. Not by erasing our pain, but by filling it with himself. You are not defined by who walked away, but by who stays, today, tomorrow, forever.